still trying to break down some of that apathy? I know you said it's changed a lot, and it has, but there are still a lot of people that are living kind of monotone lives of the same old thing and expecting things to get better without making change. So it's about breaking into those, and it's giving them the hope or the chance, the opportunity to do that.
I think what it is as well is when you're on a low wage, or now because a lot of the benefits have been cut, it's don't you think I have enough to worry about putting food on the table without worrying about what you're going to do with lottery money. You know, this is... So you can understand that. I can understand that.
So I'm now talking to some drug agencies. That's going to be on the 4th of Feb. And we're going to have a discussion about exactly what we can do on Central Drive. I mean, drugs are rife on Central Drive. You walk down, you just see deals going on the street and out in the open. Nobody cares. And the consultations we've had, people talk about the effects on their lives. So we want to do something visible, but I don't know what. So I've got the drugs recovery agencies coming in, and we'll have a conversation. Now I've got money I can put to that. So if they say we need to have a premises on the drive that has drug advice sessions and drop-ins and stuff, we can rent somewhere and get that to happen. So what we're doing at the moment now is using our flexibility to just work up activities that we know are priorities and find ways of getting the right people in to make them happen. We're not going to be able to change it in the next 4 years. The problems here are so desperate that we're not going to be able to solve them in 20 years. But if we can start putting in place structures and activities and stuff that will help it take first steps towards improving, then people will stay interested.
Obviously, Revo is very ambitious for what it wants to do in this ward. I think there is always a question in terms of how initiatives like this work on a bigger strategy, which isn't necessarily for them to implement. I think there's a lot of pressure on a local group and partnership to change full strategy. So it has to start somewhere, and I think where they have started is really forward thinking, very much based on the needs of the ward, and that's the goal and priority. And I think it's more about how this helps instigate a bigger conversation to things like councils and the local authority of what's the bigger strategy.
The whole point in the money coming to this area and the position we're in is because of the people that are at the bottom. And yes, that's what we need to be addressing. Yeah. And it's great, all the other stuff, and it's great the money that's been invested in the park, which isn't our money. It's wonderful and making the place look better, but there's some hard, issues to deal with.